Alright, how to clean some stamps. Nice and quick video so anyone can look at it and work it out. Rightio, let's have a look. First thing we can do is I'm doing the Germany stamps because I'm really getting into that thanks to Ken's collection videos. He's really inspired me to get back into it. But I'm trying to sort out my Germania stamps, but there's a lot of dirty ones and there's a lot of toning and stuff on some of these, and I want to keep them because a lot of watermarks and differences in that. I will replace them when I find better versions of these stamps, but nice stamp, but see all that on the back, the toning and everything. So the best way to do that, I've got really hot water here. I can still put my finger in it and I've got a little spot of dishwashing detergent. Then a cold lot of water, and then I've got these drying books. Thing we have to watch out for is these coloured stamps here. They're put on a reddish paper. We'll do those by themselves. And this page here is all stuck on there. So let's do that one first. I don't really care about these ones at the moment, but I really want that one down the bottom, but we're gonna have to do the whole page together. So I'll stick this whole page in. I should probably cut it up a bit, but I'll soak it in there as best as I can because it is a fairly large page. Now, with the hot water, hopefully it'll stop the toning from continuing, and hopefully the detergent may clean it up a little bit. So it'll be great. But we're just going to let the water do its magic, and as they float to the top and they've got the hinges off them, I will then put it in the cold water and then I'll put them into the drying book. Now these drying books, they're a lot more expensive these days than they used to be, but they're amazing. We start at the back, and what it is I don't know if you can see it, it's like a shiny page on that way. So you put it you put the sticky side down, and then this bit is soaks up. It's very fibrous. Can you see the fibre? And it just soaks the water up. And then you stick a big book on them and stick them down. What we really need for this are our magic tweezers. Make sure you get some good quality. I'm going to try and find some good quality tweezers that we can all use, and I'll put a link on my videos. But I don't even know what this brand is. Solengong? I'm not sure. But look at this, I found another pair too. Davo, these ones. They're good too, I like those. But I like these big splayed ones for when I'm doing this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook the camera up into the holder and we'll proceed. But these are not moving off the paper yet. I thought they might do a little bit quicker than this. But there's some nice looking stamps in this lot. I'll move these. These ones don't have to be washed. I've sort of gone through those and they are okay, but I want to sort those, and these are okay. And so basically what I did while I'm waiting for these, if I come over here, this morning I was up a couple of hours ago and I went through all my German stuff and found those stamps, and I'm going to sort them all through them. Ken's collection videos, unbelievable. They were so fantastic. He just really inspired me to get back into the German stamp collecting. Let me have a look. I'll show you. It's called, I don't know if you can see this. Oh, it's really shiny. It's not shining. It's Ken's Stamp Collection. He's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And he's got so much technical detail, which is fantastic. Do yourself a favour and watch him. All right, hold on one sec. All right, so I've got you up pretty high so you can see everything. So we're not really scanned in too much, zoomed in as much as we can. Oh, look at that. You can see the watermark. See the watermark there? Because we've got it in water. Look at that. That's fantastic. Just wipe it off. Take any excess water off the stamp and then lay it flat down onto the page. I don't think you can see what I just did there, so I'll just hold on one. This is as high up as I can get you to have a look at me putting it all down. We'll just see, we'll just jiggle this around. Sometimes these things will come off a bit easier. Look at that. It's come off. Just take the excess water off it, put it down. save me a bit of work doing these now, but I really want to look after the other ones. So it just shows you that you can save stamps that have been glued, and these ones have been glued directly to the page, which is a shame. There we go. And I've got the cold water to wash off the soap suds. So I don't think it'd really matter if we left them on there. I really like looking at these watermarks though. Well, there we go, there's one we've saved. Beautiful. And this is how you get mint stamps without any gum. Because the gum has just been washed off. Alright, we test a few of these. There you go, they've been soaking. That's a really nice postmark on that one. Now I will do another video of me sorting these stamps. There we go. So watching Ken's video the other day, it was just unbelievable that so many different variations to Germany's stamps, especially in the wartime. So you've got up to 4 different watermarks, and then you've got different printings, wartime printings and peacetime printings. It's just so exciting. I'm just going to have to watch more of his videos and really suck out all the knowledge he has. And then everyone else, especially my German subscribers, you've all been helping me a lot, which is fantastic. But I'll tell you what, Germany is really fun to collect. And I think I've got a good starting point. So what I want to do is just build up this collection. So I've sort of decided to get up pretty early every morning and work my way and get a basic collection together. And then I'll start looking for those things that I need to finish the collection. But there's also a lot of colour changes as well, especially during the war time, different inks and stuff. So I really got to be strict on the years that I'm doing. But what I've found is a lot of the state stamps, so Ken really explained a lot of the states and how they work together. The early, it really relates a lot like to Australian states and how we become Australia, and you can buy New South Wales stamps and Victoria stamps and things like that. And that's how a lot of the colonies in Germany was. You got your Bayern and stuff like that. So I know John was talking about it and a few other subscribers were talking about it, and it was like, wow, all right. The more I'm watching and learning, the more I'm going, oh, I've got to do that. I've got to collect those. So I reckon I'm going to collect states, and I'm going to do all the early. I reckon around 1945, I think there's a couple of stamps I really like past then, but I don't think I'll go past 1950. And that's okay. Like, you really got to put limits on your stamps, or you'll never ever get it done. It becomes such an unsurmountable sort of task that you sort of give up. And I don't want to be like that. I want to enjoy it, and I want to specialize. You know, I don't want to just get one of each of these and go, it's done. I want to get all the different colors. I want to really explore. That's a nice stamp. I've got the camera up so high that I can't watch to see if I'm on camera and everything's working right. So fingers crossed this all comes out well. Whoops, my phone is going off. Look at that. Some of you are probably going, oh Jeff, these stamps are so common. Why are you wasting your time? Well, the reason I'm wasting my time is there's so many different variations of these stamps that you don't know if you've got a good or bad one. So, for instance, this may have a watermark, it may have something, you know, it's going to make it really impossible to have. I might just turn that over so it soaks it a bit better. Oh, this one here looks good. And then you've got hatching. You've got no hatching on these things. So these ones have got hatchings. That one there's no hatching. When I say that, what I'm trying to say is, and everyone knows about it, hatching is between the outside, just in there between the face and that. I just think German stamps look so cool. And I've been collecting Australian for so long that it'd be good just to collect something different. There we go, that's got a bit of, it's got a toning spot on the side, so I'll let that soak in the water. Anyone's got toning, just let it soak in the water a little bit longer than need be. There we go. So this is very, very, it's like a meditation really. Trying to film it as well I'm doing it. It's probably less meditative. But any of you are going to go through it and do it, you won't have to think about cameras and things going at the same time. Rightio, I'm just taking a few of these off and letting them soak for a bit. That one's okay. Oh, look at that. See that? You can see the watermark quite well. These are good, they're used. I was only going to collect used German stamps, but they're the most expensive. Well, it changes, just depends what year and if they were used or not. Please note that I'm not an expert at German stamps. I am learning, so we're all learning together. The beauty about it, if I make a wrong comment, I've got enough German subscribers to fix that. So once I fill this book full of stamps, I will sit quite a few large heavy books on top to keep it flat. And hopefully in usually a day it's dry, but I like leaving a few days. Alright, there's heaps of them, aren't there? Just want to get this big piece of paper out. Oh, where is that? That's really faded. All right, sacrilege. I'm throwing that piece of paper out. All right, and I'm just going to dump them into the cold water. Quite a lot of watermarks. Look at this. You might be able to see a couple different types of watermark here. This is one. This is another one. See the two different types of watermark? There should be 4 of them. And that there, they're a bit different. So I'm still learning. Just watching Ken's video the other day, and wow, he's blowing me away. but he's so good. Something for me to strive to. The way he can talk so well with so much technical information makes my head spin. He's got a soothing voice as well, which you just want to watch him and go, ah. I might have to play him in the background while I'm doing this. But if you haven't watched any of his videos, I recommend that you do. He is phenomenal. He hasn't got as many videos, but I think he puts so much work into each video that they're a masterpiece on their own. And you can really use them to help you collect. Look at that, it's a little bit bent there, but we're just going to make sure we keep that straight. Rightio. While, see that water? See how it's like a different colour? I'm going to go and just boil some more water and change it because that's just not good. I lied because I still had 2 pieces of dirty paper, so I thought I'd put the dirty paper in the dirty water and I'll finish it off. So I'm going to stand up for a bit. I don't know if you can see that. I can, the watermarks. See the watermarks? Quite good. I don't try and use my fingers too much, but see all the water, you can try and get a bit of that water off it, so it's not going to take forever to dry. Just be very careful how you pick them up. Thing is, if you use these pliers, these tweezers are really good. They've got the big flat nose on them. See the flat nose? So it makes it a bit careful. You get the pointy nose tweezers and you can really damage your stamps if they're wet, the stamps. But that's it. If you've never done this before, it's easy. It's one of the first things you learn as a kid. Rightio. You're not going to see me put these down because it's up the top. Alright, so this is still warm. It's cooled down a fair bit because of me chatting too much. You sort of just test them a little bit to see if they come off. No. I can see some kids knocking about out there. Oh, come on. Just shake it around a bit. Yeah, you just don't want to push it too much. Alright, let's use the magic of camera work. So, that was a few minutes. My daughter's up, which is good. It's funny, I've been up since 5 o'clock. I think it's about 9 o'clock. It's a Sunday, so everyone's sleeping in, but I never sleep in. I'm not trying to win a competition by saying that. I just find it hard to stay in bed. I've got a bad back and the pain sometimes, it's just not worth staying in bed. It's more enjoyable to get out and play with stamps, I think. Oh, look at that watermark. Does that focus? Yeah. See, these ones are the high denomination, so I don't want to wreck them. I've got to be careful with this one here. It's a red one. I don't want to let this one stay in the water too long. Oh, did I just put my... That one's got a perforation in it, and I just stuck my tweezers through the perforation. So take your time. Don't rush it like I'm trying to rush it. I find if you just do a bit of this, they might just come off. I don't know how he stuck them. Oh, there you go. He must have just glued them straight down or something. I might just play with the cheap denominations. There we go. Oh, look at that. It's got like an old hinge on there. I'll let that soak a bit longer. This one's got a bit on there. Alright, I'm just going to leave it for a bit longer. Another 5 minutes. These are really not wanting to come off. We had a couple come off. And that one there's got all the stuff on the back. I'm trying to carefully just pry it off. Big, heavy, horrible hinge off. There we go. Got to be really careful with that one. Let it soak in water. There we go. Soak in water. There we go. This one looks good. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what they've used to stick this down, but they just butchered sticking these to a paper. And I know some of you are watching me going, just leave it, Jeff, you're just risking. I know. I'm a kid in a candy store. Kid in a candy store. Just unbelievable. Sticking to the paper like no tomorrow. There, see that? That just comes straight off. Normally they float off. If you leave them long enough, they float off, but I've never really done Germany stamps, so I don't want them to fade or run. So sometimes you go put them in hot water and leave them for a bit too long and they'll run and fade. I know a lot of Australian stamps are all good with it and they don't. But when it's your first time doing a country, you're like a bit nervous. But they're that dirty and that stuck that I just knew I had to have hotter water. Oh, got it. So what I'm doing is just gently going up underneath the stamp. And trying, like, this is another good reason why you need good tweezers. It's just something there. I know it's not even a hinge. Oh, look at that. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I think that's a bit damaged, that stamp, because of my thing going through it, which just killed me. You also got to watch it. See this? People putting their names and stuff on those. It could be Jones stamps. I'm pulling apart off the page. Perfect. All right, 3 more. Can I do it? And then I'll definitely change this water. I'm just doing a bit of... This is technical. This one looks looser. This never happened to me. Like, well, probably, but not as bad as this. Like, there's something, they've glued them on with something, either a bit of glue or something. And I've seen that. I've seen people put glue on the back of stamps to glue them in, like kids glue, clag and stuff like that. And if it is, sometimes hot water is not the only thing, will get it off. Usually it is. What I'll do is I'm going to let those sit for a little bit longer, and I will put these on the page. And my technique for that is run them up along the side, get the excess water off, put it down. Doesn't matter upside down or whatever. Some of these are nice looking stamps. Now the next lot of stamps I'm going to put through are not on pages, but there's a lot more that have got toning, the cancer, and big fat ugly hinges. So I'm going to make the water, a lot of people don't, they might go against me, but that water then was at least 70 degrees, which is probably a bit too hot that people would recommend, but I am a bit of a gun-ho sort of person. I will boil the next jug and put it in there, and I have to come upstairs because my stamp room's upstairs, and I'll soak them. So I reckon it'll be around 80 degrees, but I really want the toning to stop going any further. Now, does it work? Well, I find it does, but there might be better ways. There might be something you could put into the water. It'd be good to come up with something that goes, yeah, 3 drops of this. But I find dishwashing detergent. And you're probably saying, what? Dishwashing detergent? I might have to have a look what brand it is, but it's just a very common. I used to use palm olive back in the day. I just grab whatever was in there before. My wife uses something different now. Oh, still. Oh, I just got it. That is so dangerous. So dangerous. See, there's no hinge there. No hinge whatsoever. So, just be really careful. Like, you don't want to put too much pressure, but you want to put a little bit of pressure. It's not coming away. I reckon they've glued them. I think I'll just damage that one then. There we go. Could be a little bit damaged. Oh, my patience is wearing thin. Why, oh why would you do that to a stamp? It's sacrilege. Oh, see that? It's still stuck. The paper came off with it. It's not a hinge. There we go. My goodness. That is just... Alright, I'm going to go down. I'll put those on and then I'll get some hot water. We'll go through the final soak. Alright, this is steaming hot. I think it's 90 degrees, or 85, 90 degrees. But I've come upstairs, so it'll be losing heat quite quickly. I don't think I can even put my hands in it. Is that hot? Oh yeah, it's really hot. But the reason I'm doing that, and I don't recommend it to everybody, because I just want to stop some of this cancer from spreading. So I will guess it will be down to about 80 degrees at the moment. Still very hot, and I don't, look, let's see what happens to the stamps. Let's see if they fade. Let's see if I've done something wrong. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just going to go through and separate out any of the red paper stamps first. I would highly recommend you put a few stamps in at a time and go through it, but I am just not that type of person. I like to dump it all straight in there. It's probably a little bit too hot, but I want it to really stop the growth of that toning and stuff. I'm going to watch them to see if anything happens. I've got freezing cold water here. I'll mix them around to really get a feel for it all. I found out the washing detergent I use is Morning Fresh. I'll stick those in anyway. There's two different colours. I'll watch those. Alright. Oh, look at that. Came off straight away. Let it soak for a bit longer. There we go. Put that one in. Oh, look at that. See that? It's coming straight off. Beautiful. Toss them straight in the cold water. Set the stamp. Look at that. Straight off. Beautiful. I'm pretty happy with those. Yep. Mix them around a bit. Mixing them around just gets the hinges to float off a bit easier. It's gone. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. They can stay a little bit longer. Because it's so hot, I'm working as fast as I can to move them across. Don't have to leave them in. See that? It's got a little bit of toning on the thing. So I'm just going to let it soak a bit longer. Usually what you should do is put this onto one side, not back in the water, but we're not going to go through and do lots of them. I'd recommend that if you're going to use the same water for multiple lots, but that's all the stamps that we need to do at the moment. Oh, look at that. Big chunky piece of paper come off the back there. You could also just put it on the side like that. They stick there quite easily. Perfect. Perfect. Where do those colours go? The red stamps. Water's still very hot. Again, I'm not recommending anyone do that. You've got to test out what stamps you're using them for. I used a bit. The water I used before was about 70 degrees. And I've got a temperature on my kettle, so I can tell how hot the water is. This is next level up, but I know I've got toning, and I want to stop that. Hot water, supposedly meant to do that. Happy to be told, different. I was just thinking downstairs at the kettle, it'd be great if I could come up with a special ingredient you add to water that stops toning or removes toning. I think I'd do quite well selling that. Oh, look at that. That's what that floats off. It sticks to the front of the stamp. Pardon me. Here we go. Here's the one. Different colour paper. There's still a little bit of stuff on there. Oh, get off. Wash. Wait one sec. Wife just called me, organising New Year's Eve, and these have been sitting here for another extra 5 minutes. And by the looks of them, they haven't faded. You can't basically say, sorry sweetheart, I'm in the middle of washing stamps, you can't talk to me. Not if I don't want everyone to collect stamps again. Yeah, see that? They've got little bits of toning, but I think they're looking much better. They've faded a bit, the toning. You're not going to get rid of it completely, but what we're trying to do is stop it spreading. All right. Perfect. All right. You don't have to watch me get all this out. I will stop this and do this a bit quicker. done yet, but I'm coming across a few little problems that I thought that it'd be good to watch. Some of the stuff is stuck on so badly that I think people are wondering, you know, what do you do? They've been soaking for a bit. I don't want to soak them for too long, but I don't know. You just got to be careful. But some of them have got some really bad hinges on them, like old. So you really just slowly pick them off. And then they got gum there, so chuck them back in the water, let it soak for a little bit longer. This here, look at this. This has got, sometimes you can rub your fingers together and they'll come straight off. This one's not. So it's really hot water, so it should come off, but it just needs to soak a bit longer. If in doubt, let it soak. This one's a really nice stamp, great cancellation. It's got a big, huge piece of stuff on. I'd really highly recommend you take all that stuff out and put it on the mat, on the side, on a piece of paper, but the side of this is working quite well. Cold water is really nice for your stamps. Look at that, it's all got toning along the top there, but it's really died down a bit. Oh, look at that, that's a good stamp. And it's got 2 hinges. So it's been in 2 people's albums. No, still going to come off. Another thing is just do a little stir like this. It's really good for stamps. It helps all the hinges come off. Also, practice with the most common stamp first to get the hinges off, and then go for once you've got confidence taking the hinges off with the cheaper stamps, then do it with the more expensive stamps. I have ruined a few stamps in my time by having too much confidence. Oh, that's beautiful cancellation. I don't think you can see it. Beautiful. Done. Stir them up again. Like a little dip at the show. Whoops. One sec. All right. I need to go somewhere now, I've been told. So I'm going to quickly try and get these out as quickly as possible. Oh, that's just a disgustingly dirty stamp. Oh, come on. All right. Good. Good. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Let it soak. Water's really cooled down now. The hinges are all working against me now. They're all floating back onto the stamps. Yeah, I recommend that if you're going to do this, make sure you've got a couple of hours and no interruptions. Or don't do what I did and just dump everything in there. There we go. Some of this stuff is just, you know, some of this stuff has been on for 100 years. Really hard to get stuff off when you got perforations, because the stamp's integrity is already at a very low point. Perfect, 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 perfect. Nice. I tell you what, a lot of that toning has disappeared from a lot of these stamps. I mean, still some of them have got it, but it's faded so much. Hot water, detergent, works a treat. It's never going to get rid of it completely, but it's a start. Get back in there. Oh, beautiful. That one was a really bad stamp with toning. Might even throw that one out. It's not going to get any much better than that. Perfect. And I definitely wouldn't use this water again, because, especially on good stamps, because of all those spores and everything. I mean, no water's killed them, but best thing with taking the top of stamps off, like hinges and that, so easy just to keep changing the water. So just have your kettle boiling. I normally do this downstairs next to the kettle and on the sink, but I knew everyone would start getting up. Should have probably done it a little bit earlier. God, we've checked this about 5 times, still not done. Alright, I'm going to clear this off in a minute. Give me 5. Right. They've been in cold water long enough. There's no set time limit. Cold water. Now you just try and do these as neatly as possible. I just broke a stamp before. I will own up in front of everyone. Very common one though, so there's no problems at all. Probably got some secret watermark worth $1 million, but we will not think about that, because no stamp's worth $1 million. These are so beautiful. They appeal to me a lot. This stamp. Oh, come on. And my reward for doing this is my second cup of coffee for the day. And then I might climb a mountain called Mount Cootha, which would be fun. I've been trying to lose weight over the last couple of months. As you probably notice in my videos, my face is getting a little bit thinner. Oh. And that's just trying to look after my health in retirement. Now that I don't have to work, I'm going to make sure I can stay alive long enough to enjoy all the fun hobbies I have. And I recommend everyone to do it. Plus, I find losing the weight has been a godsend for my back pain and my hip pain. Got another 10 kilos to go. And the diet I'm using doesn't even feel like a diet, which has been fantastic. There we go. Here we go. So this is just a nice, quick video. Nice, quick clean of the stamps. I'm going to have to do all of these German stamps. There's a lot of them that need to be cleaned. Oh, there's a little bit of stuff on that one. And there's probably some people out there going, why are you wasting your time? But you never know. One of these could have a watermark that you need, or a colour that you haven't got. A lot of the colours have held quite fast in that warm water, which is great. They're still very pretty. As you can see, it's the sticky side down, face up. Some of them are still a little bit dark from age, but I think they're looking much better than they did. I remember buying a lot years ago from somebody, and the stamps, I just got them so cheap, probably a hundredth of the cost of the stamps. And it was a collection, and they had toning, and they were just dark, like just age. And I put them through the same process. It took me so long, it took me weeks. But I tell you what, they looked remarkable when I finished. Sorry guys, this is high speed. My wife waiting downstairs for a morning coffee. We always have a morning coffee together when she gets up. I think the number one rule with stamp collecting is balance. You make sure you balance out your family. Don't throw too much time into stamps, or everyone will just think they're stealing all, you know, that we prioritise our stamps over human relationships, which is easy to do sometimes when they're so much fun. Alrighty then. There's still a few stamps with toning like these. This didn't really fix up too much, so I'm going to have to throw a few of these out. I'll check them out, make sure they're nothing special, and if they're not, I will get rid of them, because I think we've all got a responsibility to get rid of all the toning, the cancer stamps. Any stamp with cancer we should be throwing out. The problem is it spreads. Although this hot water bath with soap suds stops the spread. There we go. Done, done, done. I didn't break that stamp, it was already broken. Thank you. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. A couple more. There's only a few left, so no rhyme or reason. Just lay them out. Well, that was a fun hour. That's it, guys. Done. So all we do now is we go over here. I'll move these across. Grab this really thick book and I'll stick it on top. Done. I'm going to empty these out, and then later today I'll sort those out. And that'll be it. All right, guys. That's the end of the video. Have a great day. Enjoy yourselves.